What's up, guys? It's Phone Finds episode 86 now. The binge out has seemed to finally, not be much of an issue anymore because I, once again, do have things to show. I don't remember if I had anything to show for my local Target last time, but this time I do, for sure. So, yeah, I do want to say, there's some dumb phones and some smartphones, so it's the best of both worlds. I'm going for the dumb phones first, though, so do not immediately unsubscribe and dislike this video if you're not a dumb phone enjoyer. I may not be a dumb phone enjoyer, but hey, I appreciate all my fans, even the dumb phone guys. But if you say dumb phone is a slur, it is not. But let's get on with it. So, just a little disclaimer: the first two things I'm going to show are actually not finds. They were bought off eBay from a phone line. I did not buy them. They were sent to my brother, but he was just like, "You can have them." So yeah, that's just how it is. The first phone, this is a Kyocera Duramax. I have a phone. I think I have multiple phones similar to this on both on Verizon and Sprint, except this one doesn't have like the, I don't know, something looks a little different about it. It works, but the battery in it is broken, so it doesn't do anything. So yeah, it has a bad battery. Otherwise, it works. I've already shown one of these, so no point in putting the battery in it. We got a Nokia phone. Nokia flip phone, that's right. That date is correct, actually. This is a Nokia 6102i. It's in pretty gnarly shape. I don't want to say gnarly. It's just like, it's a little messed up on the front. That battery is actually not the right battery. It just so happens to fit, but I got to be careful or else it's going to fall out, and it doesn't have a back. Yeah, other than that, it works. I don't know if that line is supposed to be there. Okay, yeah, I feel like that line's not supposed to be there, so the screen's a little messed up. It's just your average singular phone. It's like, it's interesting. It has obviously some Nokia touches to it. I think this thing has games on it. Bounce. There's Tetris. Yep, it has games, so it's a valid phone. Its touch thing is kind of weird, though, I'll admit. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about this thing. It's neat, though. Oh, and the battery. See, every time you close it, the battery just pops out. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, I'll just go on to the next phone. Ignore that. This is a Motorola V220, I think, or V220, whichever you want to say. Oh, and I think I said that last one's on singular AT&T. It's the same dang thing. Motorola phone. That is actually a camera, by the way. What does it say? VGA 4x zoom, just like the Razer. This thing works fine. As you can see, it has my wallpaper on it. Low refresh rate screen, as I can see. Yeah, this thing is also on singular, and as you can tell, this thing is old. Like, I don't know when exactly it was made, but just looking at the UI, it's similar to a very old Verizon phone I got when I kind of just started collecting. I think it was in my huge lot, that legendary Target finds video. Yeah, this thing's, pretty old. It's in very nice shape, I'll say that. It's got Bejeweled on it, but that's about it. Nice blue buttons it lights up. That's all I really have to say about that. Close it up. That time is completely wrong, by the way. It is not 10:38. Next phone. This is an iDen phone. It's a Motorola i265. I actually saw one of these at Target, like a different Target I sometimes go to a while back, but I didn't get it because I couldn't reach it. But now I have one. It's so weird. This thing almost just looks like a barcode scanner. I don't know why it looks like one of those, or like one of the things you use at a store, like the ones Target employees have. I don't know why I'm making that comparison. It just kind of looks like it. It's nice and orange. This thing is, oh no, low battery. Is it dying? Don't die. This thing is very, I wouldn't say strange, but like, not a whole lot to this thing. The ringtone sounds super low quality. Let me play one. Never mind. It's not even gonna play. Stupid. But yeah, the ringtones are really low quality on this thing. Does it have a? No, that's not a camera. It's probably pretty low end. I know it's old. I can't even remember how to get to the menu. Is this the menu? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I can't tell. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is the menu. Yeah, pretty basic as you can see. Does it have any Java apps? Tetris and bowling demo. Neat. Yeah, this is a kind of funky phone. It's got a weird shape to it, but you can tell it's old. This thing works fine though, and it's on that weird Nextel carrier. Next up, we got this. Oh, it made a sound when I closed it. Samsung SGH P107. I also have shown off a P207, so this is just the older version of that phone. This one's also in singular. The time is wrong. I don't even think it thinks 2022 is an acceptable year. It does have a camera, and it flips. Unfortunately, the camera is broken, though, so that kind of sucks. Wow. The time is wrong, too. Yeah, this thing, besides the broken camera and the fact it can't get the date correctly, this thing works with no issue. I like the whole little film thing it's got going on here. Some of the Samsung phones that weren't on Verizon have very neat UIs, all of them. That's why I tend to like these ones better than most dumb phones. I don't know what phone box is, though. Oh yeah, and the weird thing is the thing that throws me off. The center button is not the OK button. You have to press the side button where it says select to do stuff. Games. There's 2 games on it. I will not play them though because I don't feel like it. Yep, interesting little thing. Good old route. I think this thing's from like it's old. I know that. And yet it holds perfect battery charge. I have newer Samsungs that don't hold any. Stupid. Everything past this point is fine, except for the end. I will show some updates. This is a find. Don't make sounds. This is the worst find. This is a Samsung Gravity 3. I got it from my local Target. All the finds are from my local Target. The reason this is the worst find is because it's pin locked, and there's no way to bypass it that I have for my tools, or my brother's tools rather. So yeah, it's basically useless. I'll keep it for the time being though. This is a Samsung Gravity Text. This is one of my. I've gotten one of these phones a long time ago. It was one of my older finds, like I said. Except this one's it's the teal one instead of the or seafoam green, whichever you want to call it. I'd say seafoam green instead of the what is it? Orange one. Unfortunately, this thing has problems like the screen, like everything on it works except the screen. I think it's because of a torn cable. I don't know. It's a shame. At least I have one working one. But other than that, this thing works. Like if you put the motherboard in and the orange one, it'll show up and everything. So yeah, it's just the screen that has the issue. Next up, we have a Motorola V188. It's very similar to the V220 over there. Only difference I can really see is it doesn't have a camera and it's got slightly different colors. It's got a crack on that the screen thing, but other than that, it works fine. Overwhelmingly, these phones are on T-Mobile. Like this one's on T-Mobile. If you're a dumb phone connoisseur, I think you'd immediately know by seeing T-zones that it's on T-Mobile. But yes, it's a T-Mobile phone. Very funky controls, that's for sure. Oh, messages. Not trying to go through those. I don't think I cleared them. Oh yeah, here we go. Get more. Yep, similar UI to the older Motorola things. This thing, oh, this feels really nice to use. It's nice and soft buttons. Any games? Oh, there's a few. Oh, that many. Yep, not a whole lot else to say about it. It did have my wallpaper, as you saw. Clearly has no service. Next up, we have a Samsung SGH T239, if I remember correctly. It's nice and red. Yes, it makes sounds when you open it, and it works fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Nice cartoony looking UI. Also on T-Mobile, as you can see. Not a whole lot I have to say about this one either. What's in the apps? You gotta see the games. Oh, no games. It's so lame. Yes. It makes sounds when you close it, too. It's a nice little phone. I like this thing. I should probably maybe mess around with it a little more. Now this is a phone everyone should recognize, even people who don't like dumb phones at all. Motorola RAZR. This is a Motorola RAZR V3. I have a very similar phone to this, same color, same carrier, and everything, except maybe this one's a nicer shape, kind of. It has problems, though. As you can see, the front thing, the cover for the front screen is just gone. And this phone was actually previously very much water damaged and did not work at all. It had to be revived, and even then it often crashed and not even work, but somehow this thing is working fine. Like, it's doing quite well. So yeah, that's very nice. I'm glad to have another working RAZR. Well, now it works. It makes weird sounds when you put your ear up to the screen, but I'm not going to do that because the microphone can't pick them up. What fun is there to be found on this phone? Let's take a look. Gotta see the games. I said the games. We got a few. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, just considering the fact it was like very much water damage and didn't work at all. That's cool. I don't know why I put this after, but I guess it's because of what it runs. It's just another Alcatel MyFlip thing, you know. The time is right, backgrounds, everything. And there's so many of these, it's annoying. What carrier is it on? Track phone, so you can't do anything with it. Hooray. I don't even know why I still get these, but you know what? Fines are fines. I like them. Alright, finally, on to the smartphones. The smartphone people are happy about this one. This is the worst find. This is an LG L9. Now, the reason this is the worst find is because this thing has serious software issues. Like, it's not even turning on anymore. And it, like, just gets stuck on the T-Mobile screen for, like, hours. And even if it does turn on, like, it'll be weird. It'll show a time here and a time there. And it'll be different times. And it'll show a spot where you're supposed to type the pin, but it doesn't give you the option. Yet there's a cursor when you move around the touchscreen. So the touchscreen clearly works. It just has, like, serious software issues, like I said. So I have no idea what caused that. Other than that, it's in decent shape, like, cosmetically. We have another phone that has software issues. This is a Motorola Moto. I can't remember. I think it's an X Pure, but that could be totally wrong. That's what the back looks like. It's kind of big. The reason this has software issues is, well, let me see if I can turn it on. Yeah. Someone clearly tried putting a custom ROM on this thing and failed miserably. What is happening at the bottom of the screen? What the heck? Okay, it never did that never did that before. Now it's doing that on camera. That is really weird. Yeah, it doesn't do anything else besides this. If you try to boot, it just fails and it just does not work. There's like I've done everything I can to possibly try and recover it. Nothing has worked. Like flashing it does not work either. It's really odd. So yeah, this thing is just done. Cosmetically though, it looks fine though. So I could totally use this as a parts phone. Oh, the battery says it's dead, even though it's not. And the only issue was there was this weird metal thing stuck to it, so I had to take it off and I had to take off all the adhesive with it. Yeah, kind of a shame it doesn't work properly. Now to some sort of working properly phones. This is a blue Life 1 X2, something like that. I might be getting the order wrong. Shockingly, this thing actually has a fingerprint scanner or a home button. I don't know. Usually they just have the capacitive buttons. Here's the back of it, just your average blue phone. This thing has many issues. I can see the screen's in terrible condition and like the frame's kind of separating, so you can't. It's very hard to press the power button unless you're like holding onto the screen. Oop, I don't want to see my notifications. Other than that, though, it does work. The battery takes forever to charge. There's no fast charging. Shockingly, this blue phone has a Snapdragon processor, which is like unheard of because they all use MediaTek stuff. This phone did come with the viruses built in. Oh yeah, the Life 1 X2. It's on Android Marshmallow. Yeah, other than the terrible condition, it works fine. The weird thing I don't understand is why does it have the software button, even though there's literally a home button right there. Like, I'm going to open Google. Press the home button. I don't understand. Like, that's just weird. Like, why couldn't they put the capacitive buttons there? That just make me way more sense. But, you know, blue things. And you can see that just press the home button. Not home button. I keep saying that. Power button, it doesn't turn off unless you hold it. Next find. This is an Alcatel One Touch Evolve, I believe. This one in particular wasn't, but my mom actually had this as a main phone like many years ago. It's just your average low-end Alcatel phone. I'm keeping the case on it. Like, yeah, I think this is the one phone that came with the case, but I'm keeping it on, especially because the back is terrible and it's like really sticky and gross. I got rid of all the adhesive, thankfully, but it's just, ugh. Yep, it's just your average old phone. You see what Android version's running. I'm pretty sure it's on an older one. See, go to about phone. Yep. Which one is that? There's the model number. Jelly Bean, yeah. So this thing's pretty well unsupported. Almost nothing works on it anymore. Almost all the home buttons are fake apps and stuff. Just for, you know, cosmetic reasons. It has capacitive buttons though, so that's nice. Yeah, it's pretty small as you can see. Not a whole lot else to say about that. And the best find is this Motorola G5 Plus. It's in very good condition. Like, there's like hardly a scratch on it. Here's the back. Turn it on. I did not set up my fingerprint scanner. I've actually just set the thing up, so it's like kind of rushing to do that. Yeah, it works totally fine. There's no issues with it, and it's like fully unlocked from what I remember. Oh yeah, speaking of the smartphones, that I think is on T-Mobile. That's unlocked. I don't know about that one, and that one's on T-Mobile as well. Yeah, this thing works fine. Let me go to the settings as well. I'm pretty sure it's running Android Nougat. Might be on Oreo. Okay, this looks more like Oreo to me for some reason. Updated to Android 8. Wait, 1.0. That's kind of what I thought. Yep, nice to phone. Oh my goodness, it says the battery's going to last 3 days. This thing feels very fast. I wouldn't mind using this in main if I had to. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but still, it's a nice phone to use, like, genuinely. Alright, now I got some updates, so let's go on to it. Some things do work now that previously didn't, such as this LG VX, I forget what it is, 4500 I think it is. I thought this thing didn't work for some reason, but it clearly does. It has a dead battery though, you can just see it turning on and turning off. Car. Yep, that's all there is to it. It's probably going to shut off very soon. Yep, please charge low battery now. Yep, I know. Let's just close that. That time is wrong. This also works now too. It's a nice screen. It's pretty similar to this software-wise. I think it has the same really low-quality ringtones. Yeah, that's... Okay, Java. No. That's not what I'm asking you to do at all. What the heck? Yeah, it's a pretty nice phone besides that, though. Buy ringtones. Wow. Good days. Oh, it's playing one. Very low quality. And there's a picture on the back. Yep, that's all there is to it. This is an older phone. I think they showed this in 2020. Yep, this thing actually does work now. Another thing I know where I can charge now, I always figured this worked, is this Nokia 2720 Fold. Yep, here it is. Working fine. I got this at the thrift store. Some thrift store in Erie, like in 2020. Yeah, it works fine. Not a whole lot else to say about it. Very basic interface. You could hell this thing was like a budget phone even for the time. It's on T-Mobile. Yep. I like the front screen though. It looks nice. The time is right too. An interesting thing to show is I actually thought this was broken, but I was wrong. It just basically needed to be jump-started to work. But I also know the name of this thing now. It's an HTC Wizard. It's a Windows phone, and no, come on, don't, no. Please, no. You can't just turn off on video. No, please. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta find the freaking home button. Power button, yep. As you can see, it's a Windows mobile phone. The time and date is wrong. Well, the date's wrong, but the time's right. Press start. Yeah, it's like Windows XP almost. And you can see it's on T-Mobile. Chocolate Doom. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm glad this works now. Not very good at using this thing. I was trying to use it earlier and I actually brought up the contacts. I'm not going to do that on a video because it shows a bunch of phone numbers. And sure, they're probably mostly deactivated by now, I bet. But I don't want to expose. I don't want to dox people. That's just mean. But yeah, I need to use this thing more. It's very interesting. It actually doesn't even work on my Wi-Fi. I guess my internet router is too new for it, so it doesn't support it. So I'll have to try and put my SIM card in it. And yes, if you forgot or didn't see the video showing it, it is a slider phone. Very cool. And let's just ignore that iPhone for now. Get off that. Shockingly, with there's a charger and some weird methods, but the T-Mobile Sidekick 2 does in fact work. This relic is shown on. It doesn't have a SIM card yet. It lets you use it. Can I move around? Oh wow, this is super cool. I barely touched this thing. Look at that UI. That is super cool. LED football. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and this thing I'm touching, like the pad, it does light up, and you can see the nice orange. I would love to use this thing, but the battery in it is totally shot. So as soon as you take it off the charger, it stops working, and like the charger has a short in it, so that kind of sucks. But otherwise, yeah, it's good to see this phone actually works. This nice, very, I wouldn't say rare, but uncommon to find, especially in a target pin. Like these go for like serious money. Now the best update is the iPhone 7 from last video has now been repaired. It has a brand new battery and a brand new screen, both aftermarket. Oops, you want to show my notifications. Now something unfortunate I've noticed about the screen is, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like it's damaged. Like I'm pretty sure that it's just an Apple OEM screen with new glass on it, because comparing it to the original screen, it looked exactly the same. You could tell where the Apple logo was supposed to be. It was just crossed out with marker. So this is clearly just an OEM screen. The colors are all correct. Let me see if I can pull up the better way to show. Zoom in with a picture of the speaker. I don't know if you can tell on camera. It doesn't help it's not focusing. Oh, you can like barely see it. Like very... Oh, there's a picture of me. Whoops. You can barely see it, but it's like there's lines like... It looks like water damage almost, or like burning, like around this like whole spot. Yeah, you can see it like there. Like that line is not supposed to be there, and you can see it doesn't go away when you move the picture. You can kind of see it in my home screen too. So yeah, I was sent a broken screen, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to give it a bad review on Amazon. Sorry, BFix. Otherwise, this isn't a very nice and good screen. The battery got for this, I forget the brand of, but it was really nice. So now instead of being in terrible condition, this phone's in acceptable condition. It's pretty beat up though. Oh yeah, that's everything. I know this is a long video, but you know, that's a good thing considering how long it's been since I've been making, you know, longer videos and actually have interesting things to show. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next video.